Please do. All right. So Dave Elliott's a pretty easy name to pronounce. The next one, a little bit less. But we got Max Amordeluso. Where are you, Max? How'd I do? I did great, all right. He's the EU lead evangelist for Amazon Alexa. Please give it up for Max. Thank you so much.
You did well. Thank you. Awesome.
You don't need
I
this.
got this one. Thank you.
How'd I do, all right? The name is
great.
good?
You did great. Fantastic.
What's up?
Hi.
Perfect. Amazing.
Good morning, everyone. So hopefully my presentation will go a little smoother from a slide point of view. Super happy to be here, a second time in Israel. I was first time here 2 years ago, and I spoke about IoT on one of the AWS summits. Had a lot of fun. Today, for the last 2 years almost, I've been representing Alexa in Europe. I'm the EU lead evangelist for Alexa. I'm here to talk to you about what Alexa is, what was the vision behind it, why are we doing this, and how can you, if you're interested, how can you reap building voice experiences on Alexa today. So let's see. So I usually kind of get excited on a stage and I walk around, but I'll just try to stay closer here, so that will rip me, will bring me back. So why voice? Because voice is natural. So voice is how we communicate, how we gauge the development of new human beings. This is something that it's just ours, is immediate. We don't have to think about using it. This is how we communicate, in addition to my hands as well. So this is a new way of being able to communicate with machine, to interact with technology, right? And this is possible because we have seen an evolution in the way that we interact, in human-computer interaction. Every 10 years, approximately, we have these steps of new ways to interact with technology. Think about the first time that you pinched into something, or the first time that you moved. Some of you might not even remember that, but sometimes the first time you moved a mouse and something happened on a screen. So these are defining moments for the way that we interact with technology. And if you feel occasionally that sometimes you might have missed on some of these huge revolutions in human-computer interaction, well, this is now. This is what we call voice user interface. This phase is now, is nascent. At Amazon, for example, we've been working on Alexa for more than 5 years. We put it on the market, the first Alexa-enabled device of the Echo family in the US in November 2014. But this is just the beginning. This is now. This is a nascent discipline. And there are opportunities here. There are opportunities to build. Think about the big companies, the big startups that have been funded and built in correspondence of each one of these steps. Think about the set of new skills and new ways of reaching out to your customers, and you can do this right now. Now, but how is this possible? Speech understanding has gone enormously ahead, has grown up dramatically in the last few years. Today, we can converse with an Alexa-enabled device, and she recognizes tens of millions of words. She can understand what we're saying. She answers back. Now the experience, albeit not the boom. Wow, this is fantastic. This is very dramatic. Let's do this again. I love it. So, tens of millions of words. Now you can have a conversation with a machine. Think about that. This is why I'm in this job. This is why I'm working with Alexa. You can converse with a machine and she talks back. But again, this is just the beginning. It's nowhere close to be as natural, as immediate as when human beings converse with each other. But this is happening. This is happening right now. So just to give you, for those of you that are not familiar with Alexa and the Echo-enabled devices, this is a progression of the countries that we've been developing for. These are the language models that we've been creating since 2014. And then there are 80 plus countries in the world where you can get Echo devices in English. But rest assured that we're continuously reaching and innovating, investing in innovation to expand this internationally. But a couple of things before I go to this one. So voice, just let's take a step back, and we say this natural, hopefully you agree, but think about the expectation that is building in today's generation around the world. We have 3 kids in our house, 8, 6, and 4. We introduced the Echo devices about more than 2 years ago, and they didn't question where the voice was coming from. They just started asking. It was natural. The moment they started interacting with this device, it clicked. It just gave them the frozen songs they wanted over and over and over. But the point is that it did what they needed. It addressed the need that they had, and it was immediately natural. Think about this. There is a whole generation of youth right now that is assuming that it's perfectly natural to talk to a wall, to a device, to your house. This is changing the way that we perceive interaction with technologies, and we can build on this today, right now. And how we expose this? We have two main frameworks. The one that you see on that side is Alexa Skills Kit. Alexa Skills are the equivalent of voice-first apps. Voice first is the paradigm. This is how we develop this technology. And Alexa skills are the way you add experiences, skills, features to Alexa. On the other side, it is, and I'll talk more about that in specific. On the other side, we do have the Alexa voice service. This is how you distribute Alexa into physical things. Let's say that you have a startup that is building wearable devices, or toys, or caps, or anything you can think of. You can put Alexa into these physical things as long as it has a microphone, a speakerphone, and a connection. So use this framework. There is a set of tools. You build Alexa into your products. So pretty powerful. And we're seeing this in a number of ways. There is more than 50 form factors right now. You see here some of the devices that our partners are building, some of the Amazon-made devices, but we make no distinction, because the experiences that you will build with the skill, the other side, the other framework, all those voice-first apps, will be the same as an experience on all Alexa-enabled devices, regardless if they're Amazon-made or if you make the next ones. So pretty powerful, hopefully, a set of opportunities. Think about Alexa in cars. So this is not my car, by the way, I wish. So I really wish. This is, there is BMWs and Minis that are going to carry Alexa starting mid-2018, I believe. But think about the experience of Alexa in the car. You're supposed to be driving, 2 hands on the wheel. Nobody does that, but you're supposed to be doing that, not texting, not watching on your phone, but you still crave for information. You want to have those mobile moments because you want the information in context. Either you're bored, you need to know what's the road closure in front, you need to have a reminder served, you need to talk with somebody, a friend, a partner, a child. You want to have that experience, right? And think about ways that you can just leverage your voice. You can augment your experience enormously in that specific set. A couple of stats on Alexa habits that we've seen. Entertainment, music consumption, super, super important. Think about it. In our house, for example, in the kitchen, we have what we call an Echo Show. It's the one with the rectangular screen. We would call the multimodal device. That is the center of the most entertainment that my kids get while I or my wife cook, because we use lyrics. We get any songs that is available on the specific Amazon Music Unlimited that we use in our house, and it has lyrics, and we sing together. And that is very, very engaging, not only for my family, but for a large amount of customers as well. Another one that could be interesting from a point of view of setting up opportunities is a smart home, a connected home. Alexa can be a vehicle to talk with your environment, with your ambient. You walk into your house and say, Alexa, I'm home. And then you can kick a routine and fire up things. You want the thermostat in the heating, no, the AC in your case. You want the AC kicking into a specific point. You want the blinds lowered or raised. You want a set of activities, of actions that are taken just because you walk into that environment and you just say Alexa and so on. You can build all of that. Now, a couple of other things, hopefully you've seen already. Very interesting, more than 80% of Alexa customers use Alexa devices with 2 or more people inside on the house. Excuse me. So this becomes a family experience. Now, as I said, the vision is Alexa anywhere. So we started this thinking about the Star Trek computer. hopefully majority of you are familiar. You walk into an environment, a room, a bridge of the enterprise, and you just speak with this entity, with this computing entity. The idea was the same, to make this Star Trek computer available in homes, in houses, in cars. And why should you limit, for example, to have Alexa only in some devices or in speaker or a smart speaker? Let's say that you want to have an experience and consume in relation to how your house or kitchen is set up. You want to have a screen on your fridge and you want to command that experience via voice. You can absolutely do that. And we think that customers should have that choice. And partners are developing this. You see, there is wearables, there is appliances, there is cars, there is mobile experiences. So that vision of Alexa being available anywhere a customer might want it is what we're building here. Now, let's talk about the other side, Alexa Skills Kit, how you build a voice experiences without having to build Alexa into a device. You want to add a new experience, you want to add this voice first app, this is how you do it. And a lot of developers are doing this right now. We've seen a growth more than 400% year over year. But let's concentrate more on why you should do this. Some ideas that you might want to reap. Starbucks from the top. New channel for premium customers. Skip the line, Alexa, prepare my usual. Alexa, give me that triple venti soy latte, and boom, you have it. You just walk around the corner and you reorder. So premium experience or easier experience for your premium customers. Other things, Dunkirk, for example. Last season movie that was promoted with a gamification experience. You have to get out of a beach with 3 characters, very immersive experience that promoted that film. Or some other things, Destiny 2 by Activision. So this is a game, and Activision worked with Amazon to get out of the game an entity called Ghost, and they made a device that we Alexa enabled. So the experience now, you can interface, you can very interactively talk with this device and have a even more immersive experience. Or there are things that develop a brand affinity, like Fitbit, for example, or Domino's, first to market, or Tide. Tide is doing something very simple but extremely powerful, becoming the de facto stain removal authority in this specific space. So by that, they address a problem the customers have, and they create brand affinity in that way. So super important concept. Then again, multimodal. As I mentioned before, by multimodal, we mean those devices that add a visual component to the voice-first paradigm. Things like Jeopardy or Starbucks, where there is this visual component that enriches the experience. Think in those terms. Start to think about how to serve the entire experience. Also, not sure why the RE is yellow there, so that's an interesting one. But monetization, very important for developers and brands. Currently, we do have a public program. It's called Developers Rewards. Skills, Alexa skills in 8 categories are rewarded. The top engaging, the top used skills in those 8 categories are rewarded financially. There is recently a public case. Tom Hewitson, a developer in the UK, has built a whole startup with developers, so with consultants, based on this program, and is currently baking and creating voice experiences on this program. But there is more. There is things that we call Alexa monetization programs based on 2 paradigms, subscription and in-skill purchasing. Subscription, hopefully fairly straightforward concept, predictable revenue stream. You subscribe or your premium subscribers have access to a premium experience in addition to what you present openly. And also in-skill purchasing. Think about when you have that captive audience that engaged customers that wants more. You did a great game, you're providing a great experience, you're providing very in-deep analysis, but they want more. You can purchase in skill now with this framework, with this specific program. And then we added the possibility of pay for these experiences with Amazon Pay. So for the Amazon customer, that experience become seamless so that they can use the same credentials that they have. Something else we build, Kids Skill. You can have skills specifically directed to children 13 and younger. Lots of engaging experiences are available. Think about edutainment. Think about what can be built to keep kids entertained, to learn in new ways, and so on. Plus, we have the Gadgets API. Gadgets are connected devices, so these are just some of the first one we came up with. Gadgets are, think about how to transform an Echo device into an immersive and interactive experience. So button just to perform plays, activities, and actions, and so on. Now, a few other things. We continue investing in innovation. Developers are the core of this experience. If developers don't create Alexa skills, obviously our customers are going to not have access to all those innovative experiences. So we put a lot of accent into developing better experiences for developers. These are some of the examples that we've been working on. But in 2017, think about this. We released more than 100 single features or new features for developers. Now, you can write a great skill, but unless your customers don't know it, don't discover it, it's not going to get used. That is the harsh reality. So we're very aware of this, and we make sure that we keep working on things like voice discovery or voice enablement. You can now say, you heard about let's just give you a little bit of a scenario. So you just created a fantastic voice experience with a skill. You promote it in the right way with the utterance, which is the way you launch the skill, became an hashtag. You just did a campaign, social campaign. This is picking up steam, is getting coverage, and I see it. I'm a user. Say, wow, I want that. So you can just go into an Alexa device and say, enable that specific one. Let's say you launched Tel Aviv Today. I'm just making this up. Hopefully it's not a trademark or anything. But let's say I just saw this. I say, Alexa, enable Tel Aviv Today. Boom, that skill will get enabled, and you'll start to use it right away. Everything that reduces friction increases customer delight. That's what we think. And then also, you have a possibility now when you create skills to add the keywords. Up to 30 keywords are going to make your skill more relevant to the search the user is performing. Now, looking ahead, international expansions, I already covered that. We're working as fast as we can to do those delightful experiences, to make them available as wide as possible. And also, we're working on things like expanding, again, a multimodal, focusing on re-engagement, engagement, daily experiences, and so on. Now, I'm at the end, but I wanted to leave you with this. The Amazon Alexa Accelerator. Some of you may have heard this. This is a program, part of the Alexa Fund, that is going to select 13 startups in the world. This is worldwide open. And these 13 startups are going to get accelerated over 13 years in Seattle and in London. And there are the leaders of this program coming here next Sunday. So if you want, search for the Amazon Alexa Accelerator and just get in. Now, there is a number of resources out there. There is a huge amount of content on GitHub. Alexa Cookbook is what is our center of all of these recipes. Contact me, and I will put you in touch with the right resources. But I hope you're going to go out there and build something for all the world customers. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
ISO for the Chief Scientist.